Oh, yeah! Searching for something? You certainly are. Searching for that Tuesday night magic. St. Ricketts. The fire cannot burn. www.saintricketts.com. It's known as Tuesdaying. Jewel Tatey, it's the hot new thing. All the kids are doing it.
Amen.
Good evening, ladies. Yeah, amen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Another Tuesday night. Welcome to another live episode of The You Show. You. I am Jeff the Shark Perini. Good evening, Miss Marcy Rocker Girl. Good evening. Nice to see you. We'll talk about Marcy a little bit later because she's going to join us on a 2.0 episode in a few weeks. Guest co-hosting. We'll talk about that later. So thank you for tuning in, Marcy. And she said, let me check it out and see how you guys do it. Pretty easy, right, Joel? Pretty laid back.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm nervous.
Awesome. I am Jeff the Shark Perini, your host for Tuesday Night Festivities. With me, as always, on the Tuesday night, she is the co-hostess with the mostest, the sister from another mister, and gosh golly, the most beautiful face in all of webcast, podcast, broadcast, simulcast, bodycast, cast of characters. I gotta start thinking of more. Everybody, Jewel Tatey. Jewel, good evening.
I like how I'm just used to that now. So thank you so much.
Yeah, now you're
Thank you
just
very
like,
much.
now you're just like, you want to hear what other ones I come up with.
I know. I'm still trying to think. Oh, is a body cast? Is that when you break all your bones and they put you in the body cast?
Yeah, but, you know, you'd be still beautiful if you're in a body cast.
Oh.
It's just how we think of you
nice
around
to
now.
meet
Oh.
How we doing?
We're doing good, man. Need a beverage. Had a rough day. A rough last couple of days. But Tuesday night just breaks all that out.
Yes.
It makes the problems just disappear for a few hours. And why not? And tonight, Jewel, we're going to kick some ass here on the Yo Show. We have a super talented guest. A couple of my female friends said, whoa, hottie. Because usually it's hot women. Tonight's a hot dude. I don't know. He's not my speed. He goes by Sweetnur. And his name is Mr. Chris Nurthen. I got to make sure I say it right because I've been pushing it all week. But Chris will be on the program tonight. Cool dude. Great music. We got two of his songs. We're going to play one before he comes on. One that Jewel loved called John Denver. And then another one that Jewel loved, Josephine. Because, of course, she's got Josephine in her house. And Chris has Josephine. We've got a lot to talk about. He is hot, J.D. Wolf, isn't
Yes, J.D. Wolf. Yes.
He's going to be the second hottest guy here tonight.
I'm so excited for it. Like, these songs, come on now. Josephine, John Denver.
Right? He speaks to you.
This is right up my wheelhouse. I'm so excited. You know, I've been jamming to his songs since we found out he was going to be on the program. And then it led me to a whole John Denver journey today. And I was just crying my eyes out. John Denver, if you love him, you love him. And his music just instantly makes me emotional. It just reminds me of my family and my grandparents and my father and my mother. Like, my whole family just is obsessed with John Denver. And to have Chris, you know, make this beautiful song about him in tribute, it's just beautiful. And all of his songs are just, it's going to be an emotional night for me.
It is. Jewel might cry. Very good chance Jewel might cry.
My voice is like shaking already. Like, I can't deal.
That's okay. We love you.
Such a good guy. And he was my first concert ever. Fun fact. When I was 10 years old, I saw him right before he died, actually. And it was life-changing. Made me love music.
That's pretty awesome. And, you know, I live and breathe with music also. I love music. So I know you're a big fan of John Denver and all that. And then and I got the list of his songs. I'm like, Josephine, John Denver. And then Jules like, did you see his songs? Josephine, John Denver. Telling you, he's sending a message out to our one and only Miss Jewel Tatey.
It's meant to be. The stars are aligned tonight. We're going to have a good one.
They certainly are. And I forgot to do a picture, and huge apologies. As you know, last week we pushed for a Maxim cover girl. Poor Amber Grace, who Jewel called Jessica Rabbit. And she loves that nickname, by the way, because I told her you called her that. She loves that. Yeah, she looks just like Jessica Rabbit. Unfortunately, she did not make the cut. But we do have another terrific young lady She is now in the top 6. So she's like, I really need votes. Top 5, move on. I don't have a picture, unfortunately, but it is our good friend Heather Gerhardt. So go to maximcovergirl.com/2022/Heather Gerhardt. And let's get her some votes and let's get her to represent our town in Maxim Magazine. And she said, if I get voted, come on the show. So let's get a Maxim Magazine cover girl right here on the program. No offense, Sherry Nelson. We love you too. We love it.
No, we need to see Sherry.
I love Sherry. Sherry has some things going through right now. She said, give her a few months and back on track, and we'll have her here. We love Sherry Nelson. We love you very much. If you're out there, you catch it, whatever. We love you and get well, etc. Our good friend, Miss Sherry Nelson. Jewel, massive thank you. A massive thank you. A humongous, like the biggest thank you ever to last week's guest. We had 2 outstanding guests. We were joined by Emily Blackbird. I actually called her Emily this time. And, wow. And Shamari Love, a great actor. And I got to tell you, Shamari gave us so many props, and so her questions were so great. And then his PR firm shared it all over the place. And just awesome, Jewel, last week.
I mean, 2 great back-to-back guests, and it flew by. There were 2 great interviews, and the next thing we turn around and it's over. But wow, I mean, Emily Blackbird and Shamari Love, and that movie is doing so well. Like, have you seen the reviews?
Yes, I have, and I don't see why not. It looks really cool. I haven't seen it yet, unfortunately. Tisk to me, but I will check it out soon. For everybody wondering, and there's a picture of Chris again. See. Second hottest guy in the program tonight by far. Don't forget to vote. Also, MaximCoverGirl.com 2022. Heather Gerhardt in the final 6. Jewel, she's like, I got to get to the final 5. Like, this is huge. Can you imagine?
That's totally doable.
God, that's scary stuff. Let's put that away. All right. So I think she's gonna make it. She's adorable too. Really pretty and cool young lady. I'm really pulling for her. Definitely hope she gets there tonight. And so do it. You watch tonight. You watch later on a replay, whatever. Make sure you vote for Heather, and we'll get her on the O show. I don't know if that's a victory prize or not, but we will.
Okay, we'll get our T-shirt.
There you go. Top 5, Joel, your favorite of all time tonight. You can tell I ran out of ideas tonight, so I went with top 5 favorite baked goods or bakery products or baked items. I was really out of items, but I managed to.
You said, don't even fight me on this. We're doing this topic tonight, so no.
I don't know why I had a hankering. I had a lot of hankerings. I had a hankering for a stromboli. Needless to say, there's one in the oven, just staying warm for me after the show. Baked goods. I've been eating a lot of cookies and brownies lately. My rolling stones, and I'm getting fatter. But let's hit it. Top 5 baked. Something different.
As I'm on a strict diet. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Strict diet's number 5, cookies. Now, I'm a big fan of chocolate chip cookies, but some of the bakery cookies aren't quite the same, so they're lower down the list, although I do love cookies.
Oh, bakery cookies are my favorite.
Depends on the cookie.
With the rainbow sprinkles.
Yes, I like those. Those.
Delicious. Love bakery cookies.
Delicious. Number 4, pound cake. Love me a good pound cake. Tough to find a good pound cake.
What?
It's tough to find a good pound cake. I know Fritz's has a decent one, and Stocks is a good one. Outside of that, shaky. I like a good Stocks.
Stocks is very good in Fishtown.
But I'd like the vanilla icing over the chocolate icing.
More Port Richmond, I think it is.
Yeah, they also had that Mr. Bill's place around here carries Stocks also.
Oh, you are right. But that place is so expensive.
Yes. It's like $30 pound cake.
Every time I pass there, I'm like, it's a little too rich for my blood.
Number 3, one of my absolute all-time favorite bakery anything, Jewel. If I'm ever at a party and these are there, I eat like 90 of them. It's the Petite Fours, the little cakes with the icing. I love them. Go ahead, don't act like you don't love them.
I don't know what they are. I'm gonna have to look it up.
I'll look it up and I'll stall for a little bit. They're like the little cakes, the little squares, and these have a little flour on top, and they're usually like engulfed in like strong like vanilla or chocolate icing. Baby.
Oh, like the tiny cakes?
Yeah, they're fabulous.
They remind me, I don't know.
As the Français say, petit four.
Petit
Or,
four.
or small fours. I don't know. Number 2, come on, my Paisan friends. It's cannoli. Jewel, I'm going to ask you. Cannoli. What are you stuffing your cannoli with? Because for me, it's regatta cheese, period.
Yeah, that, and I do like the chocolate chips. I think that makes it good.
I do like the chocolate chips. Yeah, absolutely. The chocolate chips and we got the vanilla, never good. The chocolate, nah. It's
No.
got to be right. Thank you.
I don't like chocolate.
The chocolate chips are a nice touch. So I love that. Number 1 is brownies. Oh, dude, I love me some brownies. Fritz's Bakery up here in Langhorne / Fairless Hills. Brownies, Jewel. Woo-wee. When I tell you, definitely ricotta. Thank you, J.D. Wolf. It's got to be ricotta cheese. As us Italians say, ricotta.
Oh, yeah,
Without the
I
A.
had to change mine. I totally forgot about something. Okay.
Well, let's have it. Jewel Tady's top 5 bakery items. I didn't pick pumpkin pie, so I wouldn't insult you that way. Because yours
Well,
is the
it could
best.
have been my pie.
True, it could have been your. Well, that's just dirty. Stop it.
Anyway, I was gonna say macaroon. You know, like the cookie macaroons.
The macaroons,
The
yeah,
fancy
okay.
ones, they're good.
Sure.
But I had to cancel it. So cannoli is no. Well, that would be 4. I'm saying cheesecake 5.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, I love cheesecake.
Cheesecake, but like I can't eat a lot of it, you know. But a little here and there is quite delicious. Cannoli 4. I mean, I love pumpkin pie, so that has to be number 3.
Okay.
I can't say no to cookies. I actually made cookies with Joey 2 nights ago, and I had to throw them away so I wouldn't eat them because I was the only one eating them. I'm like, I can't do this. So
Can I intervene real quick in
Sure.
your top 5 list? If you ever feel the need to throw out cookies, you do have my number. I will come pick them up. Never throw out cookies.
Hey, I dropped you baked goods
Yes,
before.
you did.
You do it
Fabulous.
again.
Fabulous.
I do love cookies though.
I
No
love
weakness. So, and then number 1 would have to be my mom bakes homemade sticky buns, and they are so good. Like we're trying to market this and make it a thing because Sharon Stickies are coming to your town. So get ready. They're so big. I should have had a picture for you, but like she makes them so good.
Yeah,
But
could have shared.
they're called cinnamon buns, but like they're really sticky buns.
Yeah.
Like people define cinnamon buns as something different, but yeah, we'll make it happen.
So she needs to come up with an icing the way that Frisch's used the cream cheese icing on their
Oh,
big
yeah.
ones. She needs an icing, and then Sharon, because I like the name Sharon Sticky Buns, Jewel Tady's Sticky Buns. All right, relax.
Don't even. But yeah, they sold out. My cousin used to own a little cafe, and she
Wow.
brought in some of my mom's sticky buns, and she's like, they weren't like that. So
And that's the way to do it.
Plate.
If she can get to like some diners, local diners, say, hey, would you put this in? And a lot of diners will. The smaller places, maybe they start out on the counter and people start getting in them and they become bigger. I'm down for that. I love them. I forgot them on my list as well. It seemed easy, but it wasn't. Like I couldn't. Just so
know, it's
many
tough.
things.
But I was going to say they always sell Penn State's the diner sticky buns in
Yes.
grocery stores, and I went to Penn State. I went to that diner. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to try some fresh. They're not that good. Not as good as my mom's. So I think we got a market here.
The Tady ladies should start their own bakery. Tady's Bakery. It's got a sound. It's got that Italian sound. Tady's Bakery.
It is bakery.
I'm ready. I'm ready for some bakery. Let's rehash. Number 5 for me was cookies. Number 4 was pound cake. My list sucks now after all that. Number 3, petit fours. Number 2, cannoli. Number 1 was brownies. Jewel Tady went with the cheesecake, cannolis, pumpkin pie, cookies that she throws out, and sticky buns. Great list. I enjoyed it. I know it's tough to talk about that stuff, especially when we're not getting a chance to eat here on the show, but
Ugh.
well, God, we're already 16 minutes in. It's like the show's already over. So it's music time. Let's play some music. Guys, like streaking by tonight. So we'll stop that screen. We'll share the next screen. So
This day has gone so fast. Like this day is flying by.
it really has. So our guest tonight, as you know, Jewel Tady, and I just keep looking to make sure I say it right because I've been butchering this poor guy's name. It's Chris Nurthen, Nurthen. I've been killing it, and I got my correction from Beatrice Kimmel. Beatrice, we love you. Sorry. And oh, by the way, Jewel, we're going to mention when he comes on. This is his first interview. He does not do press. Yes, Beatrice says he's new to the media and new to press, so this is like his first.
That's the dream, man.
I know, I love it.
Being the first radio interview, there's nothing like it.
And she says, I gave him the heads up. You guys are fun. You do it well. It's laid back. It's cool. You talk about him, not about a bunch of other crap. Because that's what we're here for. We're here for him and his music and to enjoy. So let's fire up a song. Let's, I like your pick, Joel. What do you want to do? You want to cry first? Or you want to do a little nostalgia?
But Josephine just walked in the room, so I don't know. What do you want, John Denver or Josephine?
Miss Josephine. Ta-da! Good evening.
You got to pick.
Merge first. I'm not going to say the phrase, but let's hear Josephine. Why not? They're both great songs. Tonight's guest, known as Sweetnur, aka Chris. Oh my God! I'm gonna kill him his name until he comes on. Chris Nurthen. I hope I'm saying it right. He could beat me up later. He's a big dude. Well, I love those. Those are awesome. Josephine's little trinkets for Josephine. All right, let's set it up. Let's load with my great technology here. We'll share screen. We'll share system audio, Chrome tab, Josephine, share, and women. Look at that picture of the keys. There's no video either. It's just that picture the whole time of him kissing his little daughter. It's adorable. So let's play it. Our guest this evening, this is his new song, Josephine. It's a tearjerker. It's an adorable song. It's about almost 4 minutes. So we'll be back here on the Yo Show. Enjoy this amazing song by tonight's guest. What did I do? I didn't click it. There it is.
I think I'll name you Josephine, Elisa after my mother. I see you dancing full of joy, playing with your brother. You go on to save the world from trouble, melt my heart and burst my bubble. Josephine, your heavy eyes hang from your head, remind me of your mother's. You're just like her when you jump the bed and steal all my covers. You look at me with such a face, impossible to even hold a case. Josephine, 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 Josephine. Test my love as you grow up. You try to push my buttons. Stay out late, but I'll stay up and teach you a lesson. You slam the door and hate my guts, but when you're old you'll understand my love. Josephine, 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 Josephine. Sweet child, are you ready for the world? Open your eyes, I'm here for you, girl. strength in your heart. Breathe, your little lungs come out of the dark. Josephine, 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 my baby girl, my baby girl.
Wow, as always, absolutely. You never miss.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
I'm not crying.
Oh my God.
I'm crying a little bit. Josephine, the song Chris Nurthen, the artist, also known as Sweetnur, will be with us very shortly for what I'm told is his first ever interview. You ain't kidding. Tear Jersey. I think about Tear Jerker, but I have two daughters that sits home. Oh, absolutely, dude. That's strong. And what I notice about Chris, and we'll talk to him about it when he comes on, a lot of his songs are very personal. A lot of personal meaning behind them, which is terrific. So, we can't wait. We love artists like that every song is a story. And even if it's like a made-up story, that's still cool, too. Stuff that hits home, of course, like to learn the stories. Jerker, indeed. So, Jewel, as you know, and I've been trying to get Jewel, and wait a minute. Looks like Chris is there, but he's having a little webcam issue. His webcam hasn't come on yet, so give him a minute or two and see if he can plug that in. A quick side note, Jewel, as you know, or may not know, he clicked off, so maybe you're going to come back in when he gets that working. Sunday, August 7th, Jewel, I will be up at Love Drafts Brewing Company up in Mechanicsburg, PA. A tremendous night of music with the one and only Sepsis. I am so stoked to see them. And Nailbite, who is actually a local band. My friend Tim Simmons told me about how great they've been doing, so we're very excited for that. Love Draft Brewing, rather. Let me get it right. I'm butchering everybody's names. But it is August the 7th. If you're able to get tickets, they're still available. Check out Sepsis on Facebook and their website. And grab some tickets, man, and come on out. Joy, I wish you can come with me. I still have the extra ticket. It's going to be a great show. They're a great band, and Nailbite's a great band. I'm, nuts about this. Supposedly it's going to be a massive party afterwards. Very stoked.
Oh, my God. I think I'm going to put in and see what happens. Let's do it. It's not that far, either. It's right in Mechanicsburg.
I've got 2 tickets, and the wife said, "Look, if you and Jewel want to go and share a room, please be discreet.
That's not going to happen, but
I'll sleep on the floor. I'll sleep on the floor. I'm all right with it. JD Wolf, I am
sleep in your bed.
Going. I'm going to be there. I'm so very excited to meet the band and meet the group around the band. Also, want to thank you. I've mentioned to Melissa. I know it was like you say, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely going." I got tickets, and I'm this close to booking a room. I was on it today. Going to get a room. I took off the following Monday, so I'm going to go. I'm going to party down with Sepsis. I'm going to headbang. I'm going to just have a great old time. Jewel, if there's any miracle you can do it, try to do it. There's a ticket left.
Would love to go. So.
Cassie's like, I can't do that kind of music. Speaking of music, let's get to music that everybody can do and should be doing, because our guest, we already played his great song, Josephine, right here. Great guy, super cool dude, awesome music. Make sure I get his name right, because I'm pretty sure he's going to fly out to PA and kick my ass. Everybody, Sweetnur, Chris Nurthen in the house. Hey, all right.
What's up, y'all?
How you doing, man?
Oh,
Good. Thanks for having me, Jeff. Jewel, how are you?
great. Thank you.
Dude, yes, thanks so much for being here. This was a while in the making. Your great team at Impact had mentioned you a few months back, and I said, absolutely, because they have great artists. And right away she gave the name, and I started doing some research, and I'm like, okay, I like what I hear. He's a good-looking guy, so we got a little competition tonight. And Very laid back. So it's fun here. It's laid back. We're dedicated to just letting the people know all about you. First of all, man, let's jump right out. And I try to put the questions in order by bouncing around a little bit because we just played Josephine.
Yeah.
Beautiful song. I can't believe Jewel didn't cry because Jewel's got a little
I
Joey,
did cry.
Josephine.
You're supposed to cry, Jewel.
I have been crying all day. And then after listening to you, since I found out you were going to be on, I went on this huge John Denver kick today. So
Yes.
I'm going to get emotional tonight, but I absolutely love the song. I think it's beautifully written, and it's my new favorite for my little girl because, as Jeff said, her name is Josephine too. So it's beautiful.
Are you kidding? Is it really Josephine?
Oh, yeah.
Holy
so,
moly.
Hits
That's
you in
amazing.
the heartstrings.
So we'll get to it in a little bit because I want to ask you about the songs. But I mean, Jewel is a massive, lifelong John Denver fan and has a daughter named Josephine. I'm like, talk about an artist that is just reaching out to us like by his heartstrings here.
No doubt. Jewel, what's your ties with John Denver?
So he was actually my first concert when I was 10.
Wow.
I went to I believe it was the Wildlife, but it was right before, I think it was the year before he passed. So yeah, my family's huge John Denver fans. My grandmother met him, and he's just been instrumental. But always reminds me of home.
No, same here. I mean, I'm from Philadelphia, the suburbs, but my dad grew up listening to John Denver, and he was a guitar player and sung a little bit in our house, and all he would sing was John Denver, and he sounded so much like him. We never knew as kids if he was the John Denver album playing or him playing. But no, we have a similar background with John Denver. He kind of like is like a family cornerstone for our family and our extended family. And that song is written for many different reasons. One of them is just tribute to my family and how we were raised on his music, for sure.
That's really cool. My father also, I mean, he has 12-string banjo, regular guitar. Like he learned all of Denver songs, and then there's so much of fans that they went to West Virginia and had to get a farm for a little bit. But I was never there. This was before I was born. But
that's awesome.
Denver is definitely. And I wanted to know your maybe top 3 Denver songs, but we'll let you think about that.
I could probably name them off the top of my head, but I mean, I have to say. Take Me Home, Country Roads. I don't want to sound cliche, but that is like when we're around with our family, that song will be sung at weddings, at gatherings. Somebody will bring the guitar out and sing that song, and it takes me right back to my dad just ripping it. He's kind of the guy who's like, "Yeah, don't make me sing." Like he kind of wanted to sing, like, and then once he finally had the guitar, he just let it rip, and just so inspiring. So that's number one for sure. Rocky Mountain High. I recently read his autobiography and got a little more insight on that song, and it was also really cool. So Rocky Mountain High is up there. I'm a big Coors Light fan, so and I love Yingling. I'm a big Yingling guy, obviously, but I do drink some Coors Light. And then 3 would probably be This Old Guitar. I just love that song, and I'm getting choked up thinking about it right now. So it's just special. It's just I love what that guitar did for him, and that song is exactly what it did for me. He was so relatable. Gosh, he was a good songwriter. So really cool. I'm really stoked that we're having this conversation.
Absolutely.
He's just a fan of loving life and appreciating everything from nature. He did so much for the environment and, with all of his just charities and everything. And then the Live 8 stuff, like he was just the greatest person. And I try to, all my friends, I just jam John Denver down their throat, but I don't care because he was that beautiful of a person, and people just need to listen to him.
He's the real deal.
Chris, when we get out to the bars here, Jewel gets it on the jukebox and later, but she puts it on later in the night. So when you get a couple in you start belting out, the lyrics. Absolutely. So tell us about the writing process, because you write a lot of real life stuff, about obviously your daughter and John Denver, and so. Is everything like real life, and does it kind of takes a lot off your chest and lets the world know your story?
Absolutely. I think as a songwriter, I tend to write. I have found in hindsight that I've been writing for the last 10 years. Spent a lot of time at sea. I'm in the Navy and had a lot of deployments and whatnot.
Thank you, by the way.
Not a problem. My pleasure. But I would do a lot of writing, and now as I'm putting together like this kind of this artist persona and really releasing music as a catalog and whatnot, I'm starting to understand that I was writing songs of my heart and mind in real time. And that's kind of what the concept is behind what we're releasing. We're releasing, I think, 4 EPs that have different concepts, and one's a fatherhood EP, one's a love stories EP, another one's sea stories, and one's a spiritual EP, and another one is tied with that. Anyways, but my point is, as I tried to categorize this like volume of songs I was writing in the past, I realized that's how I could do it. It was definitely songs about fatherhood when I first started having kids. I was always writing about my wife when we were dating and as our relationship evolved. So certainly, I think how it usually works for me is I'm an observant person, and I just tend to notice a feeling. I like raw emotion. I like embracing that. I don't like being in a comfort zone. I like going out there and feeling the stress and the anxiety and embracing it and understanding why I'm feeling it and letting it learn more about myself. And then I write about it.
Awesome.
And it comes to me sometimes like in a hook or a melodic lyric comes to me, and then it just replays in my head. Josephine was written when I was in college, before I even knew my wife, and I didn't even know Josephine would exist. But that's
pretty amazing. I love that story. That's incredible.
I'm amazed by it. Every time I hear the song, it just blows my mind how it's come to life. But I was sitting there, and I guess I was daydreaming about fatherhood, and I had a great representation of fatherhood growing up. I was raised, with great parents, and I just was inspired to be a father one day. And I just must have been doing everything but studying calculus. And again, just a melody came to me, and I just stuck with me for years. I ended up meeting my wife. We got married all the way far along. That melody was just like on repeat in my head. Found out we'd be having a baby. Didn't know if it was going to be a girl or a boy, but if it was, I actually won the naming battle. Josephine was my wife loved it. It's a great name. So, anyways, we stuck with that, and next thing we knew, we had our Josephine, and I finished the song. And what's nuts is like the following line of the song is like, I see you dancing full of joy, playing with your brother, and the next baby we had was a boy, and I'm telling you, we're sitting there in the living room, this song's playing, and they're dancing to the song in front of me. It's nuts, but it's awesome. It's a blessing.
You got to write a song about your next like gold album and winning a Grammy, because you're like a predictor.
I was writing a song about meeting Jeff and Jewel before I knew you guys.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're talking.
But you're right. I got to start speaking those Grammys into existence for sure.
Right? Why not?
It almost reminds me of another Denver song, not to bring it back, but I'm bringing it back. Did you ever hear Dance Little Jean?
No.
You go listen to it after the show, but it's a great one. And it's
I'm getting chills thinking about it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm getting chills. You're choking me up already. I can't.
Well,
but,
Josephine, speaking of that, there was a lot of influence for Bobby, that song? I'll walk in the rain by your side.
And I cry every time.
That was a song. My dad used to sing that song, and I'm getting goosebumps. We used to sing that song to my older sister, Allie, when she was, growing up. And that just, again, was a major song in our family. And I think that certainly I drew from that to write Josephine, along with some other great artists out there. But yeah, major John Denver strings in my roots for sure.
And I have to say, Tracy De Leon.
Yeah.
You guys do a beautiful live version of this song.
Thank you.
It's incredible. And you can hear the elements of Denver, which makes it so much more special. The mandolin, can you talk about the different musical techniques you did?
Absolutely. So I've had such a good time. Really, this is the first year I've really immersed myself in this career. It's the first chance I had. And in doing so, I just have made great strides in the craft of songwriting. I think the naive way to look at it is like, I can put some lyrics together. It sounds catchy. I can write a song. And that was my notion for the last, 20 years of my life. But then I started to really learn the craft of producing a song and something we call moments in a song and keeping the listener's attention. It's super cool. I have a great engineer that works with me, and he plays it's Logan. He's playing the mandolin in that live video. It was his idea to bring the mandolin on that song. And he has been great in just kind of enlightening me of what the song could be. I would have, buttoned it up a year ago thinking it's good to go with an acoustic guitar. And he kind of would pause me and show me, how to, again, bring moments fill space in a song between lyrics with different instruments. And it's truly an art. I have major respect, more than I've already had for, singer-songwriters, but now it's just even cooler. So yeah, we've learned we now approach songwriting that way. We think about in the studio, where are we going to fill space? How are we going to have moments? When are we not going to fill space? I think it's just as important. Less is more is what I've learned, in music. You think you hear a lot in songs and in big pop songs. You think you hear a ton of sound, but you actually don't. There's really not much happening. It's just a perfect orchestration of less. And I just think it's been really enlightening. I'm just having a blast doing what I love to do.
It's freaking awesome. It really is. And the sound is there, and it's so great. I mean, and you're so versatile, from, like I said, the military and now songwriting and being an awesome dad. So congratulations on all that. I got to know where the name Sweetnur came from, because I got to be honest, a lot of my female friends were like, wow, finally a hot guy on your show. Because, we have a lot of female guests. Finally a hot guy. And I'm thinking, all right, maybe Sweetnur's because, like, a little bit of your last name, a little bit of being a good-looking guy. Where'd the name come from?
It is a little bit of my last name. When I was in college, my older brother and I went to college together. He was a year ahead of me. We went to the Naval Academy together. In our locker room, nickname was Nur. Like, it was just like that shortened last name. Everyone, was Big Nur. John was Big Nur, and I was Little Nur. I was a little brother. And then it just kind of evolved into Sweetnur. Kind of like, I don't know why, but that's just kind of what it became to. And I started writing songs in college, and we put out an EP from the basement of our dormitory, and came out as the band Sweetnur. And it was my brothers and I were all together. We still are, in a way. The door's always open for them, but we've certainly gone our different ways as we've grown up a little bit. But that's kind of like the college nickname. And then as it stayed with me, and we started that little food truck we have. We make iron pies, and I just kind of thought Sweetnur's would just be the brand name of everything. And I don't know how this will evolve in the future, but right now it's just Sweetnur is everything. It's the music, it's the iron pies, it's the production, it's the publishing. It's kind of where you're going to find, it's the artist, it's the persona. I'm Chris Nurthen, obviously, and I'm a songwriter, but when I perform as Sweetnur. And it's just kind of, I don't like confusing in the marketing side of things. I don't like having a bunch of different things. I want everybody to be able to go to one place and know Sweetnur is underneath the iron pies, Sweetnur's underneath the house shows, Sweetnur's underneath the publishing, the artist. So I just think it's a good play on words. I like saying,
sure,
put a little sweetener in your life. It's just kind of it works. And I think it's kind of cute, maybe a little cliche, but I'm just going to own it. And hopefully we make it cool with our music.
I like it. I like the idea of you and the brothers. The hell with the Jonas. I mean, look at these guys. Let's get the Sweetnur guys out there kicking some ass. That's awesome.
If I could get them back in Memphis with me, I would mean the world. My brothers, my whole family is very talented, and I'm just trying to catch up. And we all were big music people in high school and big theater geeks, and I was like behind the pack in that regard. And no, if I could have them back in the band, I always tell them the door's open. I want them to quit their job and join Sweetnur Enterprises, but I can't pay them or compensate them nearly as much as they're probably making right now. So
we'll get you there.
Write it in the song.
Yes,
write it in the
baby
song.
steps.
Yeah, there you go.
I need my brothers out here with me.
Write it in the song. Me and my brothers made $1 million on music, and boom.
Yep, I got to start doing that. I got to start just writing songs, and they just come into existence.
Yeah, get prophetic.
I really want to know about the house shows and what is in an iron pie.
All right, so two loaded questions there. I'll start with the iron pie. The iron pie is, we used to go camping with family in the Midwest. Like we would hop on a plane, my brother and I, and we'd go to Wisconsin and camp with our cousins. And they introduced me to something called the pudgy pie. The pudgy pie is two iron, if you've ever been camping, just two square irons that can clamp together, and you roast everything over a fire. Fell in love with it. I love food. I love mixing things together. And I just remember bringing it home to family and friends in PA. And it was the beginning of, like 10, 15 years ago, it was the beginning of that food truck scene. You remember that?
Yeah.
When like people were,
oh, yeah.
It became like, dude, this has got to be a food truck. And obviously I was too young to consider any of that. But we ended up, seeing a lot of great opportunity with the iron pie because you can put anything in between it. And that's, we put tortillas in there and made all sorts of concoctions with bagels and burgers, and the opportunity and the options are endless. And we do sweet combinations, savory combinations. We customize people. We'll do private events, and People can say, man, my favorite sandwich is gummy worms, bananas, and peanut butter. I'm like, well, you got it. We'll name it the Jewel and call it a day. So it's super personable. I just think it's easy too. My wife and I have a good system, and it's just kind of a cool, efficient thing we got going. So there wasn't always the idea, like, I do think it's a great opportunities and potential there, but all we did that for was to make runway for the music career. I knew as a family, we had 3 kids, and I knew I was being a bit selfish in trying to pursue this at this time in my life. So responsibly, I had to try and find something to provide for us, as we jumped out of the Navy and into this music career. And so that's kind of what we did. Now, what we do how we've tied it to the music is we've used the food truck as our platform to perform. And I wanted to find this unique way to market our music. I didn't want to go to the bars at night. I didn't want to go to coffee shops and just play for passerbys and people who may listen. I wanted to get a captive audience, and I wanted to do it uniquely. And I thought that was like our marketing approach to this, is how do we be smart about playing music and getting people to listen? Wow. And that was house shows. I mean, house shows are no secret. I mean, in the independent music world, people perform in people's backyards all the time. My food truck is how we made it our special show. So we bring the truck to people's homes, small businesses, you name it. We try to say, bring exposure to another small business, Bob, help me help you kind of thing. And we would, I would say the ultimate experience is what I was trying to go for. You were getting the full brand of my wife and I bootstrapping with the food truck. It was me and her cooking, serving it up. And then we'd welcome you in, you'd buy a ticket, and then I'd go put a guitar on, get with the band and play the show. And I would joke, like, if the music's okay, at least the iron pies taste delicious and it makes the music sound better. But it just was our unique way to get people to listen. And I just think you hear so much noise today. There's so much out there. There's so many people putting up content. And I did not want to be another person like, listen to my music. Yeah. So this is just me trying to do it smartly. It's a lot of work, but it's also fun. I think I was trained to do this. We were naval officers. And I mean, I just think we're built to manage a lot and multitask and do a lot under pressure. So I really think we were well equipped. Mentally, we're well equipped. My wife and I are a good team. We moved to Memphis strategically. We have a lot of family here. This is where my wife was born and raised. And She has a big village here that has helped us and supported us. And I'm putting my wife through hell, and I just needed her to be around people she loves so she didn't kill me. So that was good. And it's just been good. It's been smart. I think we're trying to do it, like I said, smartly and responsibly. It's slow and steady for us. I can't be as fully immersed as I want to be, but I think we're doing the best we can. So
that's awesome. And you're a PA guy, and I'm telling you, we know a lot of like breweries in the area that would love something like this. Pull the truck up, hop out, play some tunes. It's a genius idea.
Thank you.
And again, not to keep laying it on, but like you're a presentable fella, you're a good looking fella, you talk well, you're confident, you got great food, you got great music. Man, I'm telling you, if I had the money, I'd be laying it in right now. This is a project. I'm telling you, it's genius.
Amen. Yeah, I will say it with no shame. I'm very confident in all that. And it's not because it came out of thin air. We've worked our butts off for the last 10 years. And again, I just am trusting in God. I'm trusting in the plans and the steps. And I'm just saying, I think, I know I take it seriously. My wife takes it seriously. We're not going to let somebody down. I'm going to give you a food truck house show and put all of it on the line because I believe that much in the song. At the bottom line is I'm trying to sell you a product. My songs are products, and it's going to hit the shelves, and I need you to like them. And it's going to all be part of the story, the brand, the experience. The songs are good, but that's like a quarter of the battle in the industry. If you have a good product, the rest is work. The rest is hustle and selling, and we're a business like anything else. And so it's a hard game. And I'm confident that our edge is our professional maturity. I just think I'm a little bit late to the game compared to other artists, but I think I'm further along in life and I'm further along in decisions that have to be made and stuff. So I think, I'm trusting the path, and I think we're going to do it if we just keep going. It's the power of wills.
It's awesome. I don't know how far you are from Nashville, but we're going to be in Nashville next month for my wife's birthday.
Dude.
Maybe have the truck pull up and do a couple happy birthdays somewhere by the hotel in Nashville. That would be
for the right price. For the right price, you got it.
It's a big birthday for
Nashville. I'm like, Nashville is very far from Memphis. I thought they were way closer.
Well, it's not terribly far. In relatively, it's close. It's about 2.5 hours, and that was also part of it. Like Carrie's family lived here, and again, we talked about the support group we have here, but it also was close enough to Nashville that I could reach there within a day and be in the scene and try to be writing with people. That whole songwriter path there, but also I didn't want to go straight to Nashville because I wasn't ready for the rejection, left and right, because jumping into the big pond. And I just figured, let's start small again, just trying to do it slow and steady, and hope that we're good enough to make it over time.
But you're getting the recognition with the awards with John Denver. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, Nashville Songwriter Association is a big association all around the country. I'm the coordinator of the Memphis chapter.
Wow.
They are a great resource for songwriters. Totally would plug them right now. If you are serious about songwriting, and it's not, if you have it's a membership you pay for, but it's not at all. It's a drop in the bucket when you're talking about an investment in a career. Major exposure to professional songwriters. You get mentoring, evaluations done, and you have opportunities like the songwriting contest to get exposure. You get opportunities to pitch to publishing companies. I mean, if you play it right and do, it's just like a really great networking resource for songwriters, and they've been around for a long time. And so I submitted. That was a major test for me to see, we had a few good songs. When I say we, I co-write a lot with Tracy, who was in that Josephine video, and we've written some really good songs this past year. And I said, this is a good kind of test. One of these has to make it to the top. And if it doesn't, whatever, I don't want to say give up on those songs, but maybe you've got to relook at it, reassess it. So ultimately, John Denver made it through the ringer, and I think there was 2,500 participants submitted in there, and we got to the top 10, which was really cool. Awesome. And it was actually, I'm telling you, I kind of took a deep breath, okay, good, we're doing something right. So it was our first time entering the contest, which is cool, and that song has definitely given us some great recognition. We ended up getting nominated for an award within that association and stuff, and on top of the contest, we were finalists in, and that's just been great. It's just, again, it's a great networking resource. Anybody out there listening right now, it's just into songwriting, wants to get better at any level, try it out. You cancel anytime. I think it's $20 a month, and it's worth it.
It's great news. Yeah, we get a lot of people that watch either live or on recording, so a lot of people will reach out to them and take notes from somebody who's doing it and doing it the right way. I mean, a confident, excuse the language, balls out approach is going and getting it. And I think it's awesome. So you're looking and you're out, you play some shows, obviously you do your food truck, your house show, which is awesome. What are some of your favorite venues to play? Where do you like to go, and what kind of scene is out there in the Tennessee area?
In Memphis is a crazy good music city. I mean, it's different from Nashville, and I would say I've gotten an opportunity to play a place called Lafayette's Music Room, which is a pretty historic place here in Memphis. And another one we recently played at, we had a couple gigs at, was Hernando's Hideaway, which is basically right down the street from Elvis's home, called Graceland. Oh, wow. And it's historic. I shared the stage that was shared by Elvis, Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Cash. It was awesome. And they're great. Wow. Old school. I feel like, I don't want to butcher what they say, but they're the last old school hootin' hollering, honky tonk.
Yeah.
So that's a fun place to play. And quite honestly, we've been really immersed in the house show circuit that we haven't played in many of the big gigs. And I just think that's part for the course. I mean, I didn't want to, bite off more than I could chew. And sure. I think we're trying to build an audience and build a following here in Memphis. And then as we do it, right around now is the right time for us to be scoping those places out and asking to get booked and whatnot. But we're just trying to make some noise so that, we can actually put butts in seats in those kind of venues. But there's some great venues in Memphis. The Orpheum is amazing. I do have a goal, my 12-month goal, starting from May. So of May of next year, I need to sell out, an Orpheum type venue in Memphis, or, a real household place. That's kind of my goal, because I do need to break into that scene. I think house shows are super cost effective, and we actually can make a good buck doing them. But I do think you got to get into that rock club and circuit there. But great opportunities in Memphis. And let's see. So the Orpheum, Hernando's Hideaway is awesome. Crosstown Arts is a great artist ecosystem and support group here that has a great green room. again, haven't booked those places yet, but that's on the plan for 2023. I do intend to make a big splash there.
If they're smart, it'll happen because you got it. You definitely got something strong there.
Thanks, Joe.
I got to ask. So your PR team over at Impact and Beatrice, who is outstanding, gives us just the classiest, most talented guest. She told me this is like your first interview. Is that true? Are we your first interview?
Second. I think we had booked me a couple months back, and at the time, probably my first one. But since then, prior to July, I did end up scoring one on a KJAG radio in Kansas, and then another one in Chesapeake Bay Magazine was doing an interview. But still pretty fresh at that whole thing. But no, I was thrilled, especially a Philly show. I just love hearing you guys talk. It just brings you right back. I have a Southern drawl now, and I don't even, I used to be. I just miss it, and I love hearing you guys. Makes me
hey, anytime you want to come out here, hang out with us, the wife, etc., man, grab a Yingling. I'm a massive Yingling fan, man. Anytime you want to do it, maybe sneak in a song or two.
You got it, bro. Absolutely. I do plan on taking the house show scene up the East Coast. Oh. It is part of the plan, and I'm definitely hitting up Philly if we do that. And it's just it's a lot of moving parts, and we're putting that together now. But I'm hoping in the early fall to have a little house show tour up the East Coast. But man, it's a lot. It's a big production, which I love, but got to really get some ducks in a row before I commit to it. But we plan on doing that, and I'll let you know for sure.
Love it. That'd be a great time, right in the fall. Coming up the East Coast.
Absolutely.
That's the way to do it. I wanted to talk about Baydale because it's so cool. It kind of has a Springsteen feel. I'm also a big Springsteen person, but
I'll take it.
But the video is so cool. It's home footage, and obviously it's a beautiful tribute to your aunt. So if you could talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for listening and really paying attention. I really, we put a lot of work into this, and it comes straight from the heart, as you know, and I just appreciate you guys picking up on things. And yeah, we wrote that song. Aunt Pay was so Aunt Pay was my dad's oldest sister. My dad's one of 7. They grew up in Ridley Park, Pennsylvania. You guys are probably familiar.
Sure.
All went to Ridley High School and all that kind of stuff. So long story short, she ended up in Annapolis because her husband was a Naval Academy grad a long time ago. And they were my sponsor family when I was attending the Naval Academy. When you attend, you got people from all over the country coming, and you're stuck lots of times on the yard is what we call it on campus. So they allow you to have a sponsor family that's local. And lots of times with people, they're random, strangers, and they're really nice people, and it's, they're very welcoming. It's a great system they have. But I lucked out. I had my aunt and uncle 5 minutes off the academy. Again, my brother was there. We're a tight family. So their house became, again, a huge cornerstone of fond memories of, playing football, all the tailgating. My brother and I played at the academy, and football season was a blast. We would just something so much to look forward to. All the family would come in town, and I think our fondest family memories really revolved around their house and the Naval Academy for, about 8 years. It was the era of my brother and I being there. And so it just was a super major place in my heart. And it would be the place I would go when, driving back to school, it was just like a bummer because Naval Academy is just not college. And it's a great place. It's a tough place to be at, but a great place to be from. And I know that now, but at the time when you're there, it's just really hard. And it just was so nice to have that kind of sanctuary at my Aunt Pay's house before getting back to the yard. I could just get a little bit, if I had an hour to spare, I'd go over there and I'd get back to the yard at the very last minute. But anyways, it was just a special place. And so a little bit after my wife and I got married, I think I just finished up a deployment. I was graduated by that time, and my Aunt Pay did pass away to cancer. And we were back at her house after her funeral. We'd all gathered around at right out Baydale. And I wrote that song. I just think the melody was ringing in my head. Baydale, won't you let me in? I just was singing that, I don't know when, but it just kind of conjured in my head. And then we're all big music fans. Again, John Denver fans. So everybody just chimed in, and we started writing this thing. And I just kind of would riff a little bit, and people would say, do this, we got it. And then by the end of the afternoon, we were around the kitchen, just singing the song at the top of our lungs, which is the footage at the end of that music video. As you said, we just kind of, God bless Facebook and iPhones, and we just had so much footage from that era. that we just pulled together and put it to the live recording we did. And I thought it was great. It came out so nicely. I think my family loved it. It was a great tribute to Aunt Pay. She was kind of like the matriarch of my dad's side of the family. And so losing her was just a big loss for everybody. And she has children, and we honor her many different ways today. But anyways, that was kind of how that song was written. Again, super cool. It just really has got some great sentimental value for us as a family. And that's one of my favorite parts about this music is it's very real and it's very from the heart. And so I love when my family gets to hear this stuff and they see the story being told because they lived it too. And I just think I'm just glad to be able to be that, torch right now for the fam. It's just fun. They're
That's
big
amazing.
And it absolutely comes across in your music, and what a legacy to leave for your kids to see. That's so beautiful.
You hit it on the nose, Jewel. That is why I'm right. I think at the end of the day, if we fail miserably at this, and I got to go back to whatever I got to do to support the family, I'll have a catalog of songs that was just Dad's heart and mind. I think, you tell me if I'm wrong, but if you think about your parents, lots of times you wonder what they were thinking at your age or when you were growing up, and you can ask them and they kind of have a vague memory of what was going on when they were in their 20s or in their 30s and the struggles of life. And now I'm just like, no, I wish my dad had a diary so I could really, because now I'm experiencing things as a parent in the real world that I just, our parents give good guidance on it, but they just can't super relate because it was 20, 30 years ago for them. So at the end of the day, this is my fuel to writing songs is like, this will live on forever, and this is my diary for my kids. And I'm glad you said that, Jewel, because that's why we're doing it.
Awesome.
That's amazing. And, I look, and to me, I know people measure success in different ways, dollars and cents, charts, etc. But to me, you're a winner, dude. Football player, military guy, cook, singer-songwriter, classy. I mean, to me, you gotta love it. I admire it. Like I said, Impact and Beatrice and all them just bring us just the greatest artists. And every time they say, how about it, we don't think twice. And so I'm just so happy to have you here. What's next? Every songwriter always says they got a ton of songs. You got a ton of songs waiting to keep pulling them out?
Absolutely. I mentioned earlier I basically am taking everything I had written from the last 10 years, from like my early 20s, my decade of the 20s. I'm 29 now.
Wow.
But I finally, like I said, this is my first year. I'd gotten out of the Navy in 2020 and pursued this full time and began the journey of just getting this music produced, all these songs that I had written, actually bringing them to life. And so that was a catalog of about 30 songs. And like I said earlier, we categorized them. I couldn't really put an album together with that because they were from all different times in my life for the last 10 years. So we categorized them. Like I said, a fatherhood EP is coming out. A love stories EP is coming out, and a spiritual EP. And then a counter to the spiritual EP is Acts of the Flesh. And it's kind of like dealing, it's a concept is basically how we act as humans and the greed and the our sinful nature and how it's inevitable. And then we face it every day. So this is what I've been writing. It's what I've been thinking about and what's on my mind. And that's how we've kind of categorized them. And then there's some other ones that are just kind of like in their own space, kind of like a John Denver. And I just releasing them as singles. So ultimately, over the next 12 months, we have a series of EPs and singles we're getting out there. And it'll be kind of like our first jump, our first splash. And then a year from now, maybe two, after it's all said and done, we're going to reassess and just see if we've done enough, if we've made the strides we need to make to keep going, or I need to just start doing house shows for fun and get a real job.
I think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you. I got to write a song about it. I got to write a song about the success.
There you go. Absolutely. And don't forget the guys, from your early days, us little radio show hosts here.
Right.
When you get there to the big time, because we absolutely love it. The time always goes so fast. We say about a half hour, and we've already been well past that. We would absolutely love to invite you back soon when the new stuff drops. And, if you make it to PA, like I said, social media, hit us up, man. We would love to hang out and watch it live, because I got to tell you, everything you say, very motivational. Like you said, the confidence is there, the strength is there. You truly believe. For everybody out there, if you're watching live, you watch later, find Chris Nurthen, make sure I say it right, www.sweetnurmusic.com, Facebook at Sweetnur, Instagram at Sweetnur Music. It's on Apple Music. It's already some of my Apple Music already, YouTube, Spotify, a lot of great stuff. Chris, I can't thank you enough for being on, and we definitely wish you nothing but the best of success and luck because it seems like you deserve it. You work hard for it, you know what you want, and it seems like you know how to get it. So we're super excited for that.
Thank y'all very much for listening and taking the time. I truly appreciate it. Great people. Keep fighting the good fight, and I will definitely be back as soon as I can. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
You
Thank
too.
you
We'll
so
talk
much.
real soon.
Have a great
Chris
one.
Nurthen, ladies and gentlemen, Sweetnur. I don't even know. I'm like out of words to say. We're gonna let him zip out of there, and before I get all kind of tongue tied, because I do. And Joe, I got to say, again, we talk about impact and Beatrice and the people she brings. It's an organization I want to work with because it's just the classiest artist with the smartest delivery and the best of confidence and true belief in what they're doing. And I got to tell you, of all of them, and they've all been great, Chris kicks ass. Felt so great listening to him talk tonight.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was just everything. His music is so great. So great. Everyone knows it's great. It really hits home. And you can tell when it's written out of pure emotion and real life experiences and just Josephine and John Denver. And there's just the tiny little elements, like you said, like the mandolin, like that's in so many John Denver songs. And then the Bruce feel and the whole house party feel of like, say like a Mary's Place. I know you don't know what song I'm talking about, but just the whole house feel. And Bruce slides into that country category. Like he slides in and out, growing up, being an Elvis fan and everything like that, and just having, I don't know, maybe it's the Philly Tennessee connection.
Yeah, right.
It's like you have to have the East Coast and then a little bit of a
He does
Nashville, Memphis feel.
Does have a lot of Southern. You wouldn't believe Philly. And again, Beatrice, and we had Beatrice on our show as well one time for a little interview thing. And you see it starts from the top, and she is a devoted businesswoman who just enjoys it, enjoys the talents, and you see it feed into the people that are in her stable, so to speak, and everybody that works for you that reaches out to us, and your great clients. You're doing something right, and we love to promote it on our program. And like I said, hundreds of people watch, sometimes thousands, etc. And we love to keep pushing it because you and your team deserve it. It's always great delivery, and we love you being a part of us. We can't thank you enough. Every time you reach out, I hit you up right away. I'm like, we got something from Beatrice, and we just get so excited for it. I apologize again for the little bit of butchering of Chris's name. I apologize to Chris. I apologize to America. I just get so excited and just to fire up the articles. But he's terrific. He really is. You have yet another great actor on your hands, Beatrice, and we thank you. JD Wolf, check him out, dude. It's great music. I know you and I are more into the heavy music, but sometimes you get a guy like this who says it so well, you have to. And, it's along the lines, Jewel, of like No Doubt and, No Doubt in the early days and Taylor Swift. Like they write songs that mean so much to them and they become hits because people can feel the authenticity in the lyrics and the music.
And I just think music finds you at the right time. And I don't know. I have such appreciation, obviously, for the song Josephine. And I think of songs and how I know exactly where I was when I first heard it. And just to come up with that brilliant songwriting is pretty cool. And I want to thank Beatrice, too, because she's been with us for years. Like,
yes, she has.
Years. I'm thinking back, and I remember the first time working with her and just how special each of our guests have come on and made our show what it is. And there was a long hiatus in there where we took a lot of time off, and she was right back with us when we were ready to go. So I also want to thank you. We thanked her, I think, a million times when she was on the program. So
and we honestly can't thank her enough. And like I said, the team and everything she does. So Angela Marie, who does a lot of our 2.0 stuff, who we love here. No, I can't see her comments on Facebook. There was an issue with Facebook comments still, and they're not coming up. And Angela was here and chiming in, and we can't see them. It absolutely sucks. But Chris was awesome, and Angela, thank you for tuning in. And Angela will be back with us doing a 2.0 in the the upcoming weeks. And of course, she joined us for our 200. And Jewel, like I said, when it comes to Beatrice, this is episode 205. And between her guests and the guests that I found and the ones that come from some of the other PR people, undefeated, man, 205-0. Never a bad guest, never a bad night here on the O Show. Tell your friends, just get more people to tune in because it's always fun. And he's great. Like I said, I've got the music in here. It's in my library, and I'm ready for more.
Absolutely. It's on my playlist.
I'm sure it is, like from day one. So we could do topics, or we could jump right to another song. You want to hear another song?
I think we should go into another song.
Let's go into another song. So this song is, of course, dear to Jewel, one of her favorite artists, and I like the guitar ripping in the beginning. The song's called John Denver, and it's a tribute to the legendary John Denver. There you are, Angela. Song. Thanks,
We have
JD.
to check Facebook. Sorry. We'll get on.
Yeah, so it's okay to come here. I know Facebook's not showing anybody's comments. They showed mine when I responded to somebody else, but JD Wolf definitely wants to hear a song over my voice. I don't blame you. So let's fire it up. Let's load it up here. It is John Denver from Chris Nurthen, a.k.a. Sweetnur. I like that whole idea of making Sweetnur like one big company. I think it's great. Angela says, hey, Jewel. We'll pop that on there before the song. Or after the song. We'll get it up there. Okay, here it is. I don't know what I'm doing. I still suck at this either all these years. There it is. Hey, Jewel. There you go. 3 hearts. Hi. All right, so let's play it for the folks. John Denver by tonight's guest, Sweetnur, Chris Nurthen. Right now on the O Show.
Walking down these dirty streets, it's not what living is to me. Can't breathe the air in this city. I wanna trade in these buildings for some trees. I wanna take a walk out west and I'll only stop where the high rises are rocky mountaintops. Traffic lights driving me insane. Colorado is calling my name. John Denver, take me home. Sweet surrender, soothe my soul. I remember when life was slow. Take me home. Down that country road, caught up in a high-speed chase for a dream, just to find the city was a thief. These concrete badlands God-forsaken, bring back my innocence taken. I wanna take a walk out west and I'll only stop where the high rises are rocky mountaintops. Traffic lights driving me insane. Colorado is calling my name. John Denver, take me home. Sweet surrender, soothe my soul. I remember when life was slow. Take me home. Down that country road, almost
Wow, that is real. That is powerful. Um, just awesome stuff. John Denver by Sweetnur, Chris Nurthen, tonight's guest on the program. Angela Marie, she does, like I said, she does 2.0. She sits in sometimes for Jewel. Blow me up. She's like, man, this is amazing. This is one of the greatest guests you guys have ever had. And I love his music, and I need to know all about it. And again, Marcy, who's going to be joining us for some 2.0 stuff. Yes, I agree. She also does some music and some singing. And people that are singers and songwriters and into music and follow music just love it. And I love it. And Jewel, I know you love it. And I'll shut my face for a couple of minutes because this is your moment because John Denver is your boy and Chris kicks ass. So tell us, as a John Denver aficionado, what do you think?
I just remembered I had like 10 more questions. I really did though, because through the song John Denver, it just, if you know his catalog, just his song, Sweet Surrender is one of his songs, so he incorporates that. And then All of My Memories is another song that he has, and it's kind of the same story that he just wants to get away from the freaking dirty city and go out and live in the mountains and get away from the telephones and the call girls and live in the country and just be happy and raise a family, build faith, and then that's where he wants to lay down and die. Like that's what John Denver is. He wants to go home to the country and like I said, and that's so funny. His dad played guitar and sung John Denver songs too, because it's that instant. I don't know. We have to be careful in our family sometimes because sometimes we put on John Denver and everyone in the room cries. Everyone, because it always reminds us of our parents and our grandparents. It's just it's really special. So I'm so glad that he's getting the recognition he deserves and such a great voice and talent and presence, and what a cool guy and great family. So I'm very happy.
Agreed.
This is a great night.
Yeah, an amazing night as always. And Beatrice sent me the song list, and I'm looking at the names, and like minutes later, and I can hear your voice getting high pitched in the text. You're like, did you see the songs? John Denver, Josephine, like stuff that just hits home. And that's terrific. And, we couldn't ask for a better guest. It's almost like he said, Beatrice, what are these guys into? And she probably said, well, True loves John Denver. I never write a song. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, right.
And she got a daughter named Joey, probably Josephine. Josephine, yeah. And he's a Philly guy. And he drinks Yingling.
Drinks Yingling.
Like, what the hell?
And you know what else I was going to bring up? And then he's showing his daughter Josephine. And what does she have on? A little Wonder Woman outfit. I'm like, what? It's written in the stars, man. It's just, I think, and the guests we met on here, I don't think it's by accident. I think, we meet people at the right time. And, we build these relationships with our guests. And they become lifelong friends. And just this big community of people that we now know and love. So it's just awesome. That's why I love doing it.
Agreed. That's a guy who, I don't want this to come out weird, but think about the scene, Joel. And I'll spell this out for you. Sorry, I'm trying to check something here at the same time. Like those Hallmark Christmas movies. He's like the kind of guy whose house you go into and is well decorated and they got the gingerbread and he's singing Christmas carols and like you can walk in and just feel the warmth of like a great family atmosphere. And again, he gave his family a lot of credit, his brothers and his sister and his parents and all that, and that's just amazing. And the one thing we also notice here, Jewel, and I know you'll back me up on this, a lot of the musicians that come on, and even the actors, etc., a lot of strong family background, family support.
That's right. I think it's necessary. I don't know where I'd be without my family unit. So it's massively important to have that, and you're supported no matter what, and to have a family that love and supports you, go for your dreams, because a lot of people don't support their kids when they want to go into the arts, and that's a shame, and it should be more celebrated. And I don't know, in a way I feel like it's more difficult today than ever because everyone's trying to like be internet famous or whatever, but he's doing it the right way with these house shows and just homegrown raw talent. So That's the way to do it in my
I
book.
I want an iron pie. Is it
I want iron
pie?
pie so
I
bad.
want an iron, and he said he'll make anything. So I want like
Right?
pork roll and bacon and Canadian bacon and sausage in this big pie.
Yeah, I want like a, I don't know, like an omelet one. Like I'm thinking of
Oh yeah.
Humpty Dumplings, and they literally put anything in a dumpling. Like
Ooh,
they have Asian dumplings, they have cheddar and broccoli dumplings. I'm like, maybe that would be like iron pie.
sounds pretty awesome. I'm down for that. I'm absolutely
Cheesesteak,
down for that.
cheesesteak,
Whoa,
iron pie.
cheesesteak iron pie. See, now you're cooking with stuff like that. Some fried onion in there, some cheese whiz, and some steak. Both cheeses, since it's
Whiz
like a
over
pie.
that.
Yeah, right? God, man, I'm like,
That could be
come
his
on.
shtick when he comes, up the Philly way.
I love it. I wonder, I'd have to ask him what it would take to get him from Memphis to Nashville and sing a happy birthday to the wife and fire up some iron pies when we're in Nashville.
I didn't know it
That'd be
was
fun.
only 2 hours. You think like, well, Nashville was on this side of Tennessee. Tennessee's like long like that and like shaped like this. So Nashville's here and like Tennessee's. Well, I mean, I'm sorry, Nashville's here and Memphis is in the bottom left-hand corner. But that's not a bad drive.
No, he made it sound like a stone throw, so we appreciate that.
Yeah.
you know. And he said for the right price. And being the wealthy man that I am, I mean,
Why not?
I tell you what, some things are worth it. Of course, it's kind of tough to give your wife a gorgeous man as a birthday gift, but we'll see what we can
Hey,
do.
it worked with Troy.
It did. Oh, sweet Jesus. She still goes on about how handsome he is, etc., and he's terrific. And his schedule gets busy in the summer. I'd love to bring him back in the fall and talk to Troy and see how things have been there. He's a
Oh my
busy guy, and I
God.
get
They're
that.
doing a Schitt's Creek drag brunch, which
I
I really
saw
want to
that.
go to. I'm gonna take my sister. I think it'd be great.
That sounds super cool. Man, so we got some topics, and God, we're fired up so much it's hard to even talk about topics. We like to get to some of them. And of course, we say farewell to a couple of terrific actors, both with like mob movie ties. Of course, rest in peace to a legendary actor, Mr. James Caan. Of course, the roles are endless, and of course from Sopranos, Tony Sirico, who played Paulie Walnuts. Two great actors, two just terrific roles that they've played in, and Tony, of course, we remember forever for that role, and of course the little gray hair and pompadour look. Tough losses, Jewel.
I love James Caan so much. I obviously I love The Godfather, but one of my favorite James Caan movies, I don't know if you ever saw it, was Honeymoon in Vegas with Nicolas Cage.
Yes, he's
I
great in that.
I love that movie so much. I think it's hilarious. I watch it anytime it's on. Me and my family like quote it all the time. Obviously he's in Elf, Misery, of course,
Oh
but
yeah.
Honeymoon in Vegas is one of my all-time favorite movies.
The poker scene is great when obviously he's luring in Nicolas Cage, and he's like, wow, that is great. And Cage's like, I'm in a regular game in the city. This guy, you had to tell me, like he's a ringer, just like great, just great stuff.
Hawaii or Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
Oh
It's
man,
it's time for a promo. Joey, hit us with a promo. Tell the people.
Josephine. Come on, man. You gonna get it?
Make sure you hit the like button in the face, but don't break your screen. Don't. And make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on all notifications. And we have some new show mitts. We have tank tops,
Hoodies,
We do?
Please.
Wow.
kid shirts,
shirts.
bibs.
And don't forget to watch her channel.
Yeah, what's your channel called?
Josephine's Wild, and make sure you do that. And if you don't do that, I'll steal everything you ever desire.
Steal your every desire. She's kind of young for that. But see now, Chris.
Peace out.
Now, Chris, that could be the theme song to the Josephine's World channel.
Yeah. Get our. You can have a play date with this Josephine. Josephine. It's it's not that common of a name, but
Right.
it's wild because my dad's best friend, He passed years ago. It was, late 90s, and I was best friends with his daughter growing up, and we didn't speak for a long time. She was a couple years older than me, and then when we reconnected, it turns out she had a daughter, Josephine, and I'm like,
Wow.
what? And she called her Joey too, and we had no. And she's like, that was my grandmother's name. That was my great grandmother's name. I'm like, that was my great grandmother. Like, what are the odds? I'm
What
telling
are
you.
the odds?
I take signs. I look at signs now, and it's
Me
just
too.
nice.
And like I said, his timing is pretty perfect.
Can I
So no, not that drink.
Not this. I will get you
Not
some.
that.
I make you a black cow. I make her a black cow. It's like Coke, and it's like a root beer float. But
Oh, sounds pretty good.
it's my way of drinking soda.
and I have Breyer's ice cream.
I know. But,
Breyer's vanilla is just the best.
oh my god, it's so creamy. I just devoured it.
You already had ice cream. You're not getting no fruit
Yeah, no
roll.
more floats and no more ice cream. So let's go with this topic. I had to bring this in. It wasn't
Ice cream?
on the menu, but I know Jules psyched up for this, and I know
Stop.
the tickets got to be had because he's coming to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Bruce Springsteen announced some major dates on the upcoming U.S. tour. I know you're stoked. There is a Philadelphia date in there. Are you going? Are you stoked? I mean, I know you're a massive fan.
Oh man, yes, it's March 16th, and it's so weird because that was my brother-in-law. He passed last year, and that was his birthday. So it's weird he's coming on March 16th. Again, just
Another sign, yeah.
going back to signs, and then he's in state college after that. So man, I have to make one of those dates. It was such a shame when Bruce went on Broadway, and everyone's like, all the rich people went, and they bought up the Broadway tickets, and
Yeah.
we couldn't get to go, but that Broadway show was genius. I feel so. It's a shame. We actually just listened to it this weekend, but to see him live again, he is one that can do it. I mean, he was just on stage with Paul McCartney. They're still rocking out, man. They're not bowing down. So I will definitely be there.
That's awesome. And you got to take advantage of it at, artists like Springsteen. And don't get me wrong, like you said, you can definitely still do it. But the age does start to catch up. So you got to catch these guys. If you're a longtime fan, you never did it. Like I saw The Who again a few months back for like the third time. Love The Who. Had to do it. Saw the Stones recently. Had to do it. You make sure you get these bands while you can before they're not there anymore. And there's so many legendary bands I wish I would have seen, like even like the Led Zeppelins and bands like that. You catch them any way you can. Definitely check out Bruce Springsteen. Is like an American icon of music, and coming on tour. Check it out, and just Google Bruce Springsteen. The dates will be available. From one person touring to one person that is not touring currently. One of our favorites we tried to get on the show a few times. We got very close. The wonderful and lovely guitarist Nina Strauss. Now Nina performs with Alice Cooper. And she stopped touring after their date in Sweden and canceled some of her solo stuff because she's got a new solo album out. And she said, I'm not pregnant. There's no drama. There's no big deal. There's nothing really going on. Just kind of taking a break back from that. And I guess even the biggest, even the best, no matter who you play with, even the names, sometimes, Jewel, you just need a wind down. What do you think?
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I'm so excited, and I feel like everyone had a hiatus, with lockdown and everything. So it's just so good to see people come back. I want to reach out to Dana Fuchs again, but she was in that, and she plays Sellersville all the time, and she plays
I love
Keswick and Glenside. So I don't know, man. People are gearing up for a whole new touring season.
I'm ready for more. I'm ready for this. Monday is Free Slurpee Day, everybody. So you got to, again, Google. I'm not doing all this homework for you. Google 7-Eleven and find out how you can get a free Slurpee on Monday. Coming up with Slurpee Day. Joel, I'm going to ask you, you're a Slurpee fan. What's your favorite flavor? Let's talk a little bit about Slurpee because to me it's iconic. You want to talk about things that remind you of your parents. And as little kids, our mom would always say it's a 7-Eleven for either a Big Gulp or a Slurpee and a pretzel on the summer days. So Slurpee, how about it?
Oh yeah, that was like my high school go-to. Get off the bus, go to Sev, get a
Sev.
taquito. You would get the pizza taquitos and a Slurpee, and you'd be good to go. I cannot eat those anymore.
No, I tell
But
you what, the cheeseburger bite things. I still love them. I'm sorry. You dress them up with some onions, some ketchup. Oh
swear.
yeah.
Yeah, but Joey gets Slurpees fairly often, and I always have to have a sip or two of hers.
What's your
since I get
flavor?
a Slurpee fix. I like Blue Raz, man. You gotta
Real
go with
blue
Blue.
raz.
Yeah, I used to like the Coca-Cola, but
Yes.
now I don't like the taste so much. But
I used to be a cherry fan, and lately imitation cherry starts to make me sick. So I would
Right.
go with I go with the Coke.
need
the
like
Coke one.
layers, like the kid who like
Yeah,
knows
the
all
kid,
the flavors.
little pumpy pump on every flavor.
Yeah.
You're talking about Springsteen on Broadway. How about this coming to Broadway in 2023? Back to the Future, the musical. Yes, the story of Back to the Future brought to Broadway. I don't really know what to think of this. I don't like. To me, it's so much effects and like it's such a great story that needs broad showing. Broadway, tell us a little something about it. Are you familiar? I saw it the other day and I was like, what?
It's odd. I haven't seen anything for Back to the Future, but my sister and Duck, they just went to Beetlejuice on Broadway, which
Wow, see, that's
again,
yeah, that's
but you think like there's no song, so what are they doing for? Is it just a play? But they said it was amazing. And Back to the Future, it's the same thing. I guess they would have old music in there, like diner music, but I don't know. For a Broadway show, I'm expecting like music.
right. Not Marty. I don't I don't really see that's
Yeah,
playing.
it's like when they did Legally Blonde. I'm like, what are they gonna do?
I know. Hi, I'm blonde. Let's sing.
Oh my god, it's so funny. We've been watching old movies, like old 80s movies. Joey's like very into 80s right now. And I've never seen Girls Just Want to Have Fun. But we started watching that. Have you ever seen it?
No.
And there's so many people in it. Helen Hunt, Sarah Jessica Parker. Shannon Doherty is the little sister.
Oh my God, Shannon Doherty. Wow.
She's like 10 years old in it. It's crazy.
How about that?
Old movie kick.
I've never seen it. But speaking of 80s and music and musicians, I know I like to do segues real quick. We'll get into the Let's Argument segment, even though people are jumping out on us. But anyway, Jewel, you bring back one 80s superstar, Michael Jackson, George Michael, my heart and soul, Freddie Mercury, and Prince, who I also love. So it's tough. Jewel, bring back one. Give us one of these icons that you could bring back.
I'm going Freddie Mercury.
I love that answer. I love that answer. And, you know, to me, I love them all in a certain capacity. To me, George Michael had a rough road because he had the album battle with Sony, and then he came out of the closet and everybody had that scandal thing with him, and then poof, he was gone. And the guy was phenomenal. So tough road there, but for me, it's Freddie Mercury. I would love to see Queen.
Yeah, I love.
Wow. So anyway, the countdown. George Michael was last. Only 4 people are bringing back
What?
George Michael. Right, 4 people.
He would be third at least. Michael Jackson is dead last.
Wow. Boom. Dead list. We'll leave that up there. George Michael, and then next was Michael Jackson, 12.
Prince is my second.
Prince. 14 people said Prince. I'm okay with that. I love me some Prince. A lot of people are like, definitely Prince. Like Prince, you know. But to me, out of this 4, Prince was the guy that did everything. Wrote, played guitar, sang, etc., and acted and all that. And number 1 was none other than Freddie Mercury. And I agree. Like, I was Freddie for Halloween the one year. It's no secret I cried at the end of Bohemian Rhapsody. That's right, I'll tell everybody till I go to my grave. I cried at the end. Freddie's my man. I love me some Queen. So yeah, that's a quick Let's Argue this week. But a lot of people were into Freddie. And it's funny because I'm not going to name names. But a friend of mine's like, well, Freddie Mercury's like the only rocker. Do I sound like kind of corny and soft if I pick like a pop star? I'm like, no, dude, it's just who you want to bring back, you know?
Prince rocked his butt off.
To an extent, yeah, I agree.
Oh my God, the stamina that man had and the songwriting. Prince was a freaking genius. And
Prince.
didn't they go of the same? Didn't they have the same doctor, Michael Jackson and Prince? Or am I
Yeah.
mistaken?
No, something like that, yeah. It's just scary. If your fails once. That's horrible to say. I got them all here. There's Prince and so there's Freddie Mercury. I rearranged the whole thing. I got everything.
And I just sent you that Sailor Freddie Mercury. That was cute.
Yeah, that was good. Sailor Moon with Freddie Mercury. That was pretty cool.
Well, there's a Sailor Mercury, and then there was a Sailor Freddie Mercury, and sent to Jeff because it's a sweet dude.
I do love me some Freddie Mercury, and it's cool. So, like I said, the Facebook messages aren't coming up, and the Facebook comments aren't coming up, but I do get to see the people that come in. And Chris Ball is back. Chris gave us a little Hawaiian thing and a wave. And Chris, I'm sorry the Facebook comments, but welcome back. It's been a while since we've seen Chris. He's a good fan of the show and a good friend of ours, so we love having him here. Thank you, Chris, for tuning in. So that was Let's Argue, a quick one, but a great segment either way. Other topics. I a lot. God, I listen to myself. Everybody says, don't Man, I a lot.
I try, even when I know exactly what I'm going to say, because I have to talk a lot for my day job. And even though I have it perfect in my head, I still say and like all the time. And it drives me nuts. I try to pay attention to it, but it just comes out that way.
It's tough. I'm going to get another shout out to a good friend of mine and his project. It is Andrew Duck, who is also known as Podcast Asshole. That's like his handle name. But he does this thing, ladies and gentlemen.
That.
I know, Podcast Asshole is great. And he does this project called Comedy on the Creek. And I will tell you what, ladies and gentlemen. Crick. Sorry, I said Creek. God damn it, I always say Creek. Comedy on the Crick. And there's a whole story behind how we got Comedy on the Crick. And here it is here. Hosted by Andrew Duck. It's at Blue Monkey Catering in Levittown. There's limited seats. It's only like 50 seats a night. It's 45 hours. Bring your own beer. Catered food by the great chef Scott Clark at Blue Monkey Catering. And awesome comedians. Jewel, I took my brother. I didn't take my brother. We went with my brother and his wife this past weekend. It is hilarious. Now the semifinals are coming up. And the championship is coming up, and they're going to start a brand new season, Comedy on the Crick. It is absolutely hilarious. I want to give a shout out to Andrew, to Jess, to all the great comedians. We're trying to get some of them on the show to talk about the experience. Jewel, we got to get you up here one time for it as well. And I want to congratulate Andrew because he started out, and Jewel, you were at like one of the very first ones.
Yeah.
When it was outside of that bar, and we were like, hey, this is kind of neat. Seemed like kind of a rough atmosphere. Everybody was COVID. We were doing it outside. It was... temperature was here and there, but it's really grown into something. Like I said, terrific food. The venue's nice. You get to meet the comedians after the show. You vote for your favorite. You leave them a little tip, and Jess and Andrew really hold it up. Like they help and they serve and they just do everything. It's such a great project. And we have talked about maybe combining projects. I'd like to have Andrew come on the show, either this show or 2.0, to talk about, again, Comedy on the Crick. You can find it on Facebook and on Instagram, comedyonthecrick.com. Check it out, Levittown, Langhorne, Bristol, Fairless Hills, Philly, whatever your area. This is a terrific show, Jewel.
Yes, and I would love to have a couple of the comedians come on here. I follow a bunch of them. It would be great if we had some of them on here. Just a little more exposure. Never hurt. So we're always here for you, our local people.
Absolutely. We do love our local people, and we will definitely speak to some of the comedians about that. We got a ton coming up in the upcoming future, and I want to hit, since she has been watching and tuning in tonight, we have a Yo 2.0 show to promote. And the reason why I'm promoting it, Jewel, and I hate to do this without you, but this is the only day I can get these guys. It's a local band called Poeta, Poeta. They're from the area. They're young guys, and they're super musicians. They're going to come join us on 2.0 on Wednesday, July 20th. We're going to talk about local shows and brand new songs that come out. And I'm also going to have as a special guest host, Marcy Rocker Girl, who tuned in tonight and talked to us. So, it's gonna be awesome. Marcy is super cool. She's a local singer herself. She does like a 5 to 10 minute podcast about herself on YouTube. It's very cool. She's going to join us on the 20th. We're going to welcome the guys from Poeta, talk about their new music,
she is
etc.
gorgeous. I just saw like the big screen, and
She really is. She's super pretty, got a great smile, and she's super cool. And I noticed she's been doing, like I said, she does like a 5-minute clip show of her stuff on YouTube. We'll promote it when she comes on. And I'm like, hey, any desire to maybe jump on and see how we do it? And she's like, yeah, I'm interested. And I said, watch tonight, see how we do it. Of course, it's tough to replace Jewel because she's outstanding. But you got it locked in. And I'm very excited to talk to these guys from Poeta, and wanted to hit off, and we'll bring them on a Tuesday night too to have you talk to them after this takes off. But they said, perfect timing. We got stuff we want to get out and let people know. And a lot of my great friends at Murphy's, Beef and Ale, know these guys and promote these guys. That's how I found they were promoting them, and I'm like, yeah, let's check it out. And right away, boom, email. 10 minutes later, yeah, let's come on, let's find a day, and worked out. So that's on the 20th of Wednesday the 20th, Yo 2.0. We have so much coming on this program. But before, Jewel, I do promos, I want to thank a former guest, another person that Jewel missed out on because of the nights and the times. We got a comment. Let's check the comments first. Always make room for the comments. Jewel is beautiful. You're both beautiful. We should have a show with all three of us one night. Compare beauty.
You're beautiful.
You're both beautiful. You're all both beautiful. Let's turn it off for a second. Make sure my wife's not listening.
Thank you. I'm really excited for that show. I'll definitely be watching.
Yeah, definitely. We would love that. And I'm excited to have Marcy come on and check it out. Like I said, she's getting into the podcast scene, and she's into the music scene. She's a big local Philly artist person, and she said, look, if you're looking for more guests, I know people that are just clamoring to be heard and get out there. So it's just another expansion of our universe. And again, Jewel, a massive thank you to, again, a guest you missed out on, and I'm sad you did, and we would welcome back to the show. Rise on Belief, Rob, R-O-B, Rise on Belief, sent me an autographed CD. The case cracked in the shipping.
Oh, awesome. Oh,
I know. And it says,
getting CDs.
I know. To Jeff Perini, enjoy my album. Thank you for your support. From R.O.B., Rise on Belief. Super cool. He was on, he's got like one or two tunes that sound like Lenny Kravitz. He's got the super cool hairdo. He's a great interview, great guy to talk to. We'll bring him back sometime so you can get the thrill of talking to him. And, the merchandise I love. He sent me a shirt, too, a long sleeve, blue, like a long sleeve t-shirt. Super cool. He is a great guy, one of just many great artists that come on here, and we're just very thankful.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I saw Angela's CD she got too. I mean, it's really special, and we have to do something in return. We'll get you some merch, guys. We promise.
Yeah, we definitely... We got to get the merch machine rolling.
Get on that. But I wanted to give a birthday shout out because today is my beautiful cousin Jessica's birthday. Jessica Barr, former guest of TED 1 and TED 2 with the bear, Tammy Lynn. But I was in California last year for her birthday week, and it was amazing. One of the best trips I've ever had. And it's happy birthday to her. She's such a hard worker, and she does so much good for young girls in the industry, especially. So I'm just super proud of her, and happiest of birthdays, and we love you.
Happy birthday. We do love you indeed. I think she is beautiful. I think she's funny as hell in the 10 movies. She was great on our program, and it was kind of new when me and Jewel were still kind of new to it. And, we were a little green. And
I was so nervous.
And right, so was I, and some stupid things came out of my mouth. But she's terrific. We'd love to have her on any time. And I know we tried to get her on the food drive benefit, and she's like, and you said, she's like, I don't have much to promote and talk about. Dude, anytime. You're freaking awesome. You're super cool. And, you're in the scene, man. So you're always welcome on your show. And you're a member of the Tatey family. So that, to me, is that's love right there.
Well, her daughter just got into an Ivy League college in
Wow.
Boston. So I think they're planning on, traveling back and forth between coasts. So super, super excited for them and their whole family. They deserve it.
Absolutely awesome, and happy birthday again, Jessica Barth, one of our former guests. And like I said, once you're a former guest, your family, and we love her here. And I love Jewel, and we just love
Also, a
everything.
big John Denver fan. Her and my uncle Rock, my uncle, were just humongous John Denver fans. See, it just runs in the family.
It does, it just runs in the family. The talents and the love and all that. Let's talk about this, Jewel. It's Ladies Who Rock for a Cause. And the reason I want to talk about it, they got a show coming up soon, and Sharon Leah is going to join us in September to talk about it. Sharon Leah, of course, of the Sharon Leah Band, who also has her own little in-house podcast. It's so cool looking with the nice
I
fancy
cannot
couches.
stop talking about this, just so you know. This is so exciting.
The lineup is terrific, and you can check it out, ladieswhorockforacause.networkforgood.com. Get tickets. I'm going to show you the lineup. There's some names, legendary names that are going to be on this project, and I'm so excited for it. And here it is, Jewel, of course. Two icons of pop music. Taylor Dane, of course, Tell It to My Heart, and a lot of great music. Tiffany. Of course, everybody remembers Tiffany. I think we're alone now. She'll be on the bill. Jennifer Page. Kick It Out, which is a tribute to Heart. Super, super cool. Sharon Leah Band, of course, will perform. And this year, like last year was virtual, our good friend Susie Corey was part of an amazing show that Sharon managed to pull off virtual. So if the virtual is that great, you can only imagine how great the live show will be. Constotters in Northeast Philadelphia, Saturday, October 8th, right there on Academy Road. Tickets are on sale now. ladieswhorockforacause.networkforgood.com. Sharon's going to be on our program in September to talk about it. And please donate. It's for a great cause. It's for some great women. And they really do an outstanding job. And I'm just such a huge fan of her and everything she does, Jewel. We got to get there to this one.
Oh, we're absolutely there. I'm getting people to go. Every time I go out, I'm talking about this event, and everyone's going to show up because this is going to be a party. I'm so excited for Sharon. I mean, all of the stuff that she has gone through, that is one strong woman, and this is going to be a great turnout, and I'm so excited. And the fall, like I said, hey, maybe Chris will be there.
Yeah, maybe.
Bring his iron pies.
And we can have a festival. One night we have Ladies Who Rock for a Cause.
Oh my God.
And then we'll have Men Who Rock for a Cause. And then we'll have stupid ass webcast hosts who talk for a cause. Starring me.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. I do. I'm really, like I said, very excited for Sharon. And she was on our program a little while back. And it got a lot of views. A classy woman, but also like a rock star. Very cool. And like I said, Rick... as you know, Rick went through his health scares and all that, but they're strong people, man. They really believe in great causes, and I can't wait. Can't wait for this show because I'm going to be there. I apologize to my brother because the day before is his birthday, and I'm probably going to miss your birthday because I got to go to Ladies Who Rock for a Cause. I absolutely have to. There's no question about it. I have to.
Yeah, you got to get one of those shirts, too.
Yeah, I got to get a shirt. I definitely, absolutely have to have a shirt this time. No doubt about it.
I went out this weekend, just food store or whatever. But I love my St. Rick's t-shirt, and every time I can't get anything on it because I got the white one, you got the black one, but I got the
Mine's
white one.
beat to shit.
What the hell? Yeah, we need new ones, guys.
Right. We're out there. Need me a new St. Ricketts shirt. And speaking of St. Ricketts, Jewel, Kenny Shuffle, who has played drums at St. Ricketts and, of course, been on the program with the band, he is going to be, we're trying to work on a new segment because he does a lot of promotions for local concerts and big-time concerts, like the stuff over at Camden, Waterfront, etc., and maybe come on and talk about some Philly concert scene and local concert scene. So, and of course, he's got a million bands.
Pretty big, Korn and Evanescence, just those small time.
Yeah, just like, your average band, Korn, Evanescence. And I got to go back to the message he sent because, I thought he meant, hey, can we talk about local shows? And he's like, yeah, I'm promoting, the following shows. He sends me this list, and I'm like, what in the hell? So let's find it.
Kenny is, full of surprises.
Kenny is a super, super cool dude. And I felt bad because Saturday we were out to dinner at the pub. My wife, my brother, his wife and my friend Christian went to the pub. I don't know if you've ever been to the pub in Jersey. Phenomenal restaurant, great steakhouse. They got a salad bar, terrific. And we're out there, and Kenny's like, "Oh, come see my show, Tail Gunner," which is his Iron Maiden tribute band. I'm like, "Yeah, my wife does not do metal music. Sorry, bro. I love you, though." But I asked her about the Sepsis show, and she's like, "Nah, I can't do metal. I can't find it." He sent me a listing of the shows, and I can't find it now. I suck at this. I know it's attachment unavailable. We suddenly lost it. Okay. Oh, here it is. So, just some small-time names that Kenny wants to promote. Some guy named Rob Zombie, who's coming with Mudvayne. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Who's that?
Alice in Chains, Breaking Benjamin, and Bush all on the same show.
Oh my God.
Christ. Evanescence with Korn. Or Korn Evanescence. Lamb of God and Killswitch Engage. And, wow. Shinedown. And I love me some Shinedown. It's the Planet Zero World Tour, Shinedown, Joey Roll. And then Five Finger Death Punch, Megadeth. And you know what he said to me, Joel? If you help me promote him, maybe I could score you some tickets.
Stop.
What? What?
And press passes?
Oh, press passes. Dude, you want to see? You think I get nervous here? Imagine.
Oh my God.
Imagine so.
Who was I going to say? Who's the one you said before Shinedown?
Damn it. Let me look it up again.
Oh my God. Who did you just say?
Hello. Oh my God, I go way back?
Oh, Bush. I saw Bush and Gavin Rosdale in 2019. Holy shit. Like, he still got it perfectly. Like, dude hasn't missed a step. Like,
wow.
He is on point. Because it was Bush and Live.
Oh, I love Live.
Live was good. They were okay. But, like, Gavin, I was so impressed by just how it just sounded like, what you hear on the radio. It was insane.
He's a rock star. He truly
Yes.
is in every stretch of the word. And I love Alice in Chains. I know, a lot of people to this day like, "Oh, it's not Lane, it's not Alice in Chains." Bill Duvall does a sensational job with Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Of course, Jerry Cantrell. It's magical music. I've been a fan pretty much all my life. So I would definitely go to that show. And, if you're closed-minded and skeptical because, it's not the original band, go see an Alice in Chains show with Bill Duvall singing, and he also plays guitar. I'm telling you, it's terrific. So, yeah, let's get back.
Band I completely forgot about, and it came on, I don't know why, in my, listening of John Denver today. Silverchair. Silverchair is such a good band.
I love Silverchair. Oh, my God, I love it. That
So
first album,
underrated.
that first album was a Frog Stomp, I think it was called, was such a good album.
And weird songs too, like Anna's song, and I'm like, holy shit, I totally forgot this band.
Right?
I don't know my playlist.
The Pure Massacre and Israeli Sun, they had some really quality tunes. Love them. And they were young kids.
Yeah, they were really young.
So you gotta wonder where they're at now. Them and I think Days of the New were both young kids that started these bands, and great bands too. And
I remember the Box and watching that video. Do you remember the Box?
Vaguely, a little bit.
That was my grade school years. We would go to this one girl's house, Danielle, and we would order because her mom always worked and she wasn't home. So we order videos on the Box. Oh my God, she probably got in so much trouble.
Probably. It's like the little boys with those 1-900 numbers.
Party lines.
Yeah. Hi, stud. That just cost $4.
Could you imagine? I just want to watch a video, so I'm gonna call on a landline this random TV station, and it might play at 2:00 in the morning when I want to be up. It's like Touch Tunes.
Oh, Touch Tunes aggravates the fart out of me, and I play it to death. I'm so addicted. I'm like a crackhead with Touch Tunes because I'm always pumping in 800 songs. 800 songs, I'll be at the bar for 9 hours, never hear one of them.
Yeah.
Or they come.
Oh man, that's just.
Or they come on by the time you're shot in the ass and ready to leave. Wait, this is my song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone enjoy. So I'm leaving.
Hope you all like my songs. I hope you all like the Yo Show, because we're going to tell you what we got coming up with about 9 minutes to go in the program. But I want to get the lineup out. And Joy made this big, beautiful picture of the lineup. Look at this. Look at all these superstars. Of course, Chris is in there, and he was on tonight, and he's fantastic. Let's get the banner out and tell everybody who we got coming on the Yo Show, because there is a ton of super talent coming on. We call it the Sizzling Summer, Jewel, and it has been red hot so far, and it only gets hotter. July 19th, two awesome rockers, the B.A. Sisters, will be on the program. Can't wait to have them on. And they said, look, get a promo together. Let's hype it up like you do. And we will definitely get that going on July 19th to be a Sisters. July 26th, an awesome band who has been on tour. They've been with Candlebox. They played Philly Winery a few weeks back. My wife got to meet these guys. Super nice, super cool, and a great music band. Whole Damn Mess on the program July 26th. Very excited for that. August 2nd, great rock stars, Bees, Philly band Bees will be on the program to talk about their new music. That's August 2nd. August 7th, you see Sepsis in the show. August 7th, Jeff will be live at the Sepsis show. It's Sepsis and Nailbite at Love Drafts Brewing Company. It's part of the Yo Show theme. That's what we're doing. That's what we got going on. More? Sure. August 9th, beautiful actress with a brand new project on the way. Caitlin Weiler would be on the show. August 16th, to see a gap. Hey, know somebody? Get them on your show. August 23rd, Joe, I can hardly contain myself. It is the one, the only Hollywood Gods and Monsters. August 23rd, the great Rachel Bello, local Philly girl. Diggity Dave Aragon from MTV's Pimp My Ride, and Travis Haley, former Steel Panther, Chris Aragon, the singer, just an awesome superstar band to do mashup hits, big time party band, touring some cities. Will be on our program from the tour bus August 23rd. I'm nervous as shit because they're a big time band, so I'm very excited for this. August 30th, I know Jewel, you love this one. WMMR's Sydney Taylor, a great local radio jockey, a metalhead in her own right. We're going to talk a lot of music and metal and all that great shit with Sydney Taylor. August 30th, just so happens she's also beautiful. She looks like Jewel. You two could be like twins.
Is that right? No, I don't think so.
You're both pretty beautiful. I love it. That is the sizzling summer we got coming on. We got people who are lining up for the fall. As you know, Yo 2.0 will have some programs coming on this summer as well. Wednesday nights. Jewel, I can't contain myself. Look at this lineup. Look at his faces. Look at these superstars.
That is one hell of a summer.
Man, I tell you, I am nervous. And I've been playing in my head over and over again about Hollywood Gods and Monsters, and I'm very nervous about them coming on the program. But it's such a super cool band, and if you haven't seen them yet, watch their videos on YouTube. They mash up popular songs, but the party atmosphere is just thumping. It's awesome. I can't wait to have all these great guests on our program.
And going right into a fantastic fall, which I'm so excited about.
Yeah, absolutely. We keep rolling along here on the Yo Show, and people ask about, they ask what kind of money we make and what big places we go to. Look, we're here Tuesday nights, man, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. We bring you just the best. We bring you fun. We bring you great guests. Me and Joel just have a blast doing it, and we appreciate everybody that watches. We do it for you, but we also do it for ourselves. We're a little bit selfish. We do it for ourselves because it is such a great goddamn time.
Yeah, and an honor to have all these amazing names join us each and every week. My sister called me before the show. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It's Tuesday."
Happens to me too. Happens to me a lot. Like, yeah, what are you up to? Pretty sure it's Tuesday. Before I go off the air, one more shot. MaximCoverGirl.com/2022/Heather-Gerhardt. Vote for Heather tonight. Get her into the top 5. Let's get a Philly girl into the finals and get her here on the program. She's sweet. She's beautiful. She's lovely. She deserves this. It's a great battle for her. We hope to get her to the top. We got a couple heart icons, so thank you for the hearts. To Beatrice Kimball. We love you. And Dave Biddle. Dave, thank you very much for the heart. We love everybody that tunes in. Great show tonight, Jewel. I can't get enough. I don't even want to go home. It's almost 10 o'clock. I don't even want to stop.
Well, it's been a great night.
I
don't think we've done one topic. Did we do one topic tonight?
Yeah, we did topics, and we did the Bruce Springsteen tour.
Mm-hmm.
We did Nina Strauss ending her tour. We
Okay.
did Free Slurpee Monday. We did Back to the Future. We did James Caan and Tony Sirico. We did not talk about the Carlos Santana collapse, but we had enough negative news tonight. We just hope we hope Carlos gets well and a terrific performer again. Another guy aging maybe, but we hope Carlos gets well soon. Wow, yeah, I'm like out of gas. A massive thank you to our guest tonight, Sweetnur, Chris Nurthen. I finally got it right. Took me like weeks, but I finally got it right. And when you Google him, you see Chris Nurthen and Chris Northern Lights and all that. But he's awesome. And make sure I'm going to hit the scroll real quick again for the people out there. Because everybody's like, yeah, man, that guy's really good. Of course, now I can't find the scroll. There it is. Right down the bottom, Chris Nurthen, www.sweetnurmusic.com. Facebook at Sweetnur, Instagram at Sweetnur Music, Apple Music, YouTube, Spotify, the whole 9 yards. Jewel, take us out in a few words because I'm like out of breath.
Oh, I love being put on the spot. I feel like I had a bunch more topics, but the night is young. I mean, it's over now. So I had a great time. I enjoyed all of Chris's songs. He's just going to blow up, I feel. He's getting all the recognition that he deserves. And, man, can't wait to see him on the East Coast.
Probably. Did you send me topics that I missed? No, you didn't.
I was going to, and then I didn't.
I tell you, in all 205 episodes deep, possibly the funniest thing I've ever heard on the show yet. The night is still young. I mean, it's over, but... That's why we do it here. I seriously, I laugh with the utmost sincerity. I cry at like sad moments. I get enthused, and it's you. You bring the power out of me to bring this to everybody. And I love doing it with you. I adore you to pieces. You're just such an important person in my life. And doing the Yo Show, I had a lousy day today, and all that got me through was knowing that tonight was the night. Great guest. Hang out with Jewel, chatting, having some drinks, man. It really brings the energy into me, and I thank you a million times. I know I say it a lot, but I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're just terrific. I love having you here, and I love doing this together.
I thank you too, man. And like I said, it's just been a great guest after great guest, and we have a great time here. The same way, I was feeling like down and then emotional. I was like, I was talking to my sister right before. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not going to like bawl my eyes out this whole episode, but I'm so happy I did it because it always puts us in a better mood.
Yeah.
It's like high school when you have that like thing, that activity you really love to do after school. It's like, oh, at least I have that to look forward to.
Yeah.
That's what the show is for us. It's a highlight of our week.
It is. And like I said, a really bad day, and you get the people that get edgy, and even some of my coworkers are like, dude, you're held up really well. I'm like, it's Tuesday night. You know what happens on Tuesday night. And I think my man Anthony from work, I think he chimed in earlier. He's been sick the last couple of days. Anthony, wish you to get well, dude. We look forward to getting you back at work and being there with us. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Thanks to Chris. Thanks to Beatrice and the team at Impact for bringing it to us. Let's get out of here, Joel. 10 o'clock on the nose. Let's fire up some
Josephine's.
Yeah, thank you to the Josephines. Our little Josephine, our mascot, if you will, the absolutely adorable Miss Josephine. I just can't call her that. It's Joey to me. It's always Joey, but she's adorable and she's terrific. And you're a great mom, and congratulations on always just the great thing. Not really just, I say congratulations and people laugh at that, but it's true. Like, you do a terrific job, and not everybody can do it. So keep up the great work.
I'll try, Jeff.
And let's no, you're welcome. Let's get a little bit on us because I like to watch Joey dance to the closeout song. St. Ricketts, www.strricketts.com. She's prepping to dance, and I'm going to give you a little something to dance. So it is St. Ricketts. So thank you everybody for tuning in to the Yo Show. We'll see you next Tuesday with the BA Sisters. Have a great night. Woo! Yeah. Ooh, volume. Thank you. Caught it. And get.
Was it truly blessed? taste of it, poison deeper than you know. Kindly answer this, was the point of it just to reach new heights of low? So